Let's take a check on the two sides, and the Leeds Rhinos first of all. They're unchanged from the match at Odsal on Thursday. Brent Webb, their fullback, Ashley Gibson, Clinton Tupy, Keith Senior and Scott Donald, Danny Maguire and Rob Burrow. The forwards, Ryan Bailey, Matt Diskin, Jamie Peacock, Jamie Jones, Buchanan, Gareth Ellis and Kevin Sinfield, who's the skipper. And a slight change on the bench. Ian Kerr coming in for Jordan Tanzi. Elsewhere it's Kylie Luluai, Ali Lauatiti and Jamie Thackeray. The coach, the new Great Britain coach, Tony Smith. Wigan have lined up with Withers at fullback. Then it's Mark Calderwood, Phil Bailey, David Vailicki and Pat Richards, Trent Barrett and Thomas Luluai. A couple of changes in the forwards. Stuart Field and Shane Millard starts, as does Paul Prescott, Gareth Hock, Brian Fletcher and Sean O'Loughlin, the skipper. And on the bench, it's Chris Ashton, Mick Hyam, Feka Paliasina and Eamon O'Carroll. And it's the former Great Britain coach, Brian Noble, who's in charge of Wigan. Well, out come the Warriors. They won here last year under Brian Noble, who also led the Bradford Bulls to victory here last Easter. So Brian Noble can claim 2 of the 4 home defeats for Leeds in 2006. Remarkably, they've done better away from home so far this year. Away, they've won 3 and lost just 1. At Bradford, at home, they have won 1 and they have suffered 3 defeats. But this is the form team of the competition. 4 successive wins behind them now. They face Bradford on Thursday, almost 24 hours before Wigan entertained St Helens. I wonder whether that extra day will be seen to be crucial come the end of this match. There is Brian Noble, the Wigan coach. They became the first third-place team to reach Old Trafford with their win here in playoff football in 2003. That was without Brian Noble, but it was with Brian Carney, who scored 2 tries that night in a 23-22 victory. Richard Silverwood is the referee for this final match of the Easter programme. And Richard Silverwood blows the whistle. Pat Richards' boot hits the ball. We are underway here at the Headingley Carnegie Stadium. Brent Webb's underneath the kick-off. This is Jamie Peacock. That's a great chase from Paul Prescott and the first tackle of the match.
Pretty good hit as well. Prescott making his huge frame and presence felt there. It's going to be a big night for Wigan. They know they've really got to get into the face of Leeds, who had that shock win at Bradford. It looked as though the Bulls was going to run away with it, but in the final minutes, Leeds produced the wonderful magic from Danny Maguire that got them that win. But Wigan have a few problems. You can see there Thomas Luluai, he's got strapping round the thigh, and also the second rower, Gareth Hock.
And he played 2 games in less than a week, presents both a physical and a mental challenge. I think the most important thing that both of these sides are aware of is the more of the ball they can keep their hands on, the better chance they've got of winning today. You have to also, I suppose, hope that you can get your side in front and hang on in there, because it will be easier with control of a game than coming from behind.
Leeds Rhinos facing their 150th home weekly round match in the Super League. And they are hoping to preserve the last unbeaten home record in the competition so far. They won at Bradford on Thursday. It would be the perfect Easter for them if they won here. Wigan, they lost, of course, against St Helens, so they probably a little more desperate for the win. This is Phil Bailey, and he is halted by Rob Burrow and Keith Senior on the last tackle. So it's with Trent Barrett, who will float the kick out wide here, looking for Pat Richards. Well claimed though by Ashley Gibson, and Gibson is away. There is clear space ahead of him, but Richards gets to him and pulls him down.
Good work from Richards, had to be as well, but also wonderful work there by Gibson. Made sure he didn't go anywhere near the whitewash. Tremendous stuff from both sides.
This now Gareth Ellis. Gareth Ellis, good tackle by Shane Millard. Brian Noble putting Millard and Prescott in from the start today, and then hoping that Paliasina will come off the bench and Mickey Hyam maybe will add a little bit of a fizz and a little bit of presence up front. As Jamie Jones Buchanan rolls all over the top of Trent Barrett, plays the ball. It's with Ryan Bailey now, and he is halted by strong Wigan defence. That's the last one for Leeds. They are 23, 24 metres away from the Wigan line. It's with Diskin. Here is Burrow, and he will hoist the kick. There's a swirling wind around Headingley tonight. It's a tester for Calderwood, and he was tackled in the air by Scott Donald. That's a penalty to Wigan, and it's a penalty that Wigan would have mortgaged the JJB Stadium for.
Just lost his concentration there. Donald really should have just gone for the ball rather than the man. You can see there that he made contact with him. You're not allowed to do that.
It was an excellent kick, wasn't it? If Donald had contained himself, there was every opportunity that they could have forced Calderwood out of play and won the ball back.
Let's say welcome to Robbie Paul, and a warm welcome too, because it's been a happy Easter for the Huddersfield Giants. 2 wins from 2, Robbie, you're underway.
That's it, we finally got off the mark and we did it in style as well.
But yourself, not the best of Easters, is it? Because you're here today with your hand in plaster.
That's it, definitely. Not the greatest of Easters for me, but, you know, the team comes first, and we got away with a couple of wins over the Easter weekend, and so I'm looking at it pretty positively.
Good enough. This is Thomas Luluwai. And Gareth Hock has had the shirt almost dragged off his back. This is Shane Millard. He looked for something then, and there was nothing around him. The Wigan players were in a circle.
Well, they're confused. They really have to get themselves organised, and they're so flat. Look, Thomas Luluwai is supposed to get the kick away, and he was virtually stood at the side of the man passing the ball. Give yourself some freedom.
Brent Webber's lost the ball under a stiff challenge from Millard. This is David Violicki now, and Violicki gets it away to Thomas Luluwai, and Luluwai will come back this way before he's clattered by Gareth Ellis.
Bad mistake. Good tackle from Millard, though.
And Trent Barrett tried to go through the hole. It was quickly closed down by Jamie Jones-Buchanan and Matt Diskin. This is Millard. Here is Fletcher. Fletcher finds Luluwai. Luluwai to O'Loughlin. And the ball is...
Should have been a penalty.
And handed on. This is Maguire, who picks up for the Leeds Rhinos.
He's lost it. That'll be play on. Withers has taken the ball. It's going to be a knock-on. Well, that was a bit of a farcical episode there. But Leeds were lucky to get away with that. Looked to me as though there was interference. Lost it, knock-on. Well spotted by Richard Silverwood.
Wigan then with head and feet at the scrum. Luluwai gets the ball to Pat Richards. Solid defence there. Solid from Tupi. Here is Michael Withers. Withers going round the outside. Thought about flicking the pass to Violicki. Plays it to him instead. Now it's with Gareth Hock. New Jersey for Hock. Great tackle. Terrific tackle by Tupi on Gareth Hock. Shane Millard. Millard running at them, the former Leeds Rhino, of course. He was here last year, Shane Millard. And now it's with Trent Barrett. And that's Brian Fletcher. And Fletcher puts the ball down. Brent Webb will work it back.
Eddie, a disappointing end to that set from Wigan, but after the way they played against St Helens, I think the coach and the fans will be far happier with the opening. It's been an aggressive and an assertive performance to start this game. They've had good ball movement and players running, trying to free their arms and keep the ball alive. A very positive start for the Cherry and Whites.
6 minutes gone, and Jamie Peacock plays the ball to Matt Diskin, who in turn gets it to Sinfield. Sinfield then gets the ball away to Ryan Bailey. And Bailey could go nowhere. He was enveloped by 2. This is Diskin. Oh, and another mistake by Leeds. Brent Webb puts the ball down again. Here is Violicki for the Wigan Warriors.
Poor play there by Matt Diskin. That was a nothing pass. He could see that he was right in front. Field and just crunched him.
This is Pat Richards. Now it's Millard again. Millard to Thomas Luluwai. The runner on his outside is Barrett. He gets it away then. And a penalty to Wigan. They're offside, the Leeds Rhinos.
Well, in the past,
Senior, the man picked out by the referee.
In the past, Eddie, they've gone for the 2. Brian Noble has all this season.
They are again.
Leeds fans not too happy, but they won't worry about that. Michael Withers, who got involved early. He was on hand there when Danny Maguire made the break.
8 seasons with Bradford, an Odsal legend, Michael Withers. 6 grand finals with them. And Pat Richards, 28 successful kicks so far this season. Suddenly, he's the man in form. He made it to the Team of the Month in March, where experts make their choice of players who are dominating their particular position, and Pat Richards got the vote. So here's a chance for Wigan to get that scoreboard ticking over. Richards measuring the kick and making no mistake. So the Wigan Warriors ahead by 2 points to nil. Robbie Paul, a lot of teams in Super League this year having that option. They're deciding when they get within striking range with a penalty, kicking the goal, getting the points, settling the nerves.
I think it's a great idea. One of the things when I was captain at the Bradford Bulls a couple of years ago, we had a kicker like Paul Deakin, kickers like Henry Paul around us. You know, it was like, get the 2 points. It's half a try. It means a lot. And it can come down. And actually, it could mean the season as well.
Indeed so, and it could certainly come down to the difference between victory and defeat here, because there have been some pretty tight encounters between these two sides over the years. All right, there's been some blowouts as well.
Eddie, I think after the way Leeds have played for the last 8 minutes, they'll want to hope that this is the start of the game again. They do have a freedom in their attacking play, and they will move and promote the ball. They've come up with far too many errors in the opening stages of this game, and it's helped Wigan get downfield, but I think it's start again here now for Leeds.
This is Gareth Ellis, this is Hock, and he's shrugged Gareth Ellis off him. And now Brian Fletcher for Wigan.
Pretty eager defence. Leeds getting out of the blocks very, very quickly. They've got to be very careful, don't give away a penalty.
Millard, ball on his inside.
And also you've got to take into account, you know, taking the penalty, the 2 points on offer, but also after a hectic weekend in Easter, you know, conserve your energy. The last 15 minutes will win this game, don't worry.
Luluai's kick isn't the best. It's straight into Thomas Luluai's, into Brent Webb's arms. And Thomas Luluai just dropped his head then. He's angry with himself.
And so he should be.
Here's Scott Donald, hero of the hour at Odsal on Thursday. That's a penalty by Licky, coming in over the top of Gareth Hock as the tackle was completed. The referee penalising him for a flop.
There's just no need for it. You're trying to get away with it by dragging Hock away. The tackle was complete. Don't need to do it. Just lack of concentration. It's been a problem with Wigan this year.
Chance here then for the Leeds Rhinos with Gareth Ellis. As Phil Clark said, they hoped that they have another penalty. They hoped that the game started about 2 or 3 minutes ago when they've had this good possession inside the Wigan half of the field. Second quick penalty, here goes Bailey. He will drive Leeds Rhinos to within 10 metres of the line. Diskin waits the dummy half. He finds little Rob Burrow. And Burrow attacks the line. It's a great ball to Brent Webb. Webb coming back on the inside. Here is Senior. And Senior will get in for the first try for the Leeds Rhinos. Keith Senior with the try. 2 penalties coming to haunt the Wigan Warriors. And Keith Senior, he gets now to within just 1 touchdown of a magical career 200 for himself. He has 150 Super League tries, the first player to reach that particular milestone, and now he's just 1 try away from 200 in a career that began 13 years ago.
Well, there's a penalty, the second one in succession, and Leeds, they shunned any chance of going for the 2. They went after the 4, and they certainly got it. That was great dummy running. Off the ball play was superb, and Senior's strength, they're not going to stop him when he gets this close to the line. Through the dummy, nobody's going to stop the big centre. But the work with men off the ball was superb from the Rhinos.
Well, the game only just begun, hasn't it, for the Leeds Rhinos? 2 penalties have helped them get it in the right part of the field, and then their favourite play, putting the ball behind 2 decoy runners to Brent Webb running round on the arc. He will cause trouble. He eventually found Senior, and Senior found his way over the line.
And Kevin Sinfield now to try and add the extras from way out on the touchline that far side. He's just missed it. Tried to drift it in, I think, on the wind, but Leeds are ahead here by 4 points to 2.
The use of dummy runners are so important. There you can see coming on the angle, but Rob Burrow is going to make no problems with that. He's going right round. It was pretty high on Webb. Lachlan going very, very much over the shoulders, while Senior said, I'll take the 4. Good finish
Interesting the psychology there as well, because Leeds' second penalty was in position, so they could have had a shot at goal. They choose to go for the try. So there's the difference between Wigan's mentality and Leeds' mentality this evening.
Indeed so. That's a high kick-off, which finds Brent Webb, and he dropped it, but it went backwards, says Richard Silverwood, so the New Zealand international gets away with that.
That's one. Movement!
They contested that historic first ever Old Trafford Grand Final in '98. 10-4 the score to Wigan, who have another penalty here against them.
Well, nothing wrong with the tackle.
No, it went against Thomas Luluai inside the 10, offside. One of the most common penalties given by referees, and a costly one again now to Wigan.
And he's shouting at the Wigan scrum half to get back alongside him, Mr. Silverwood.
Here we are, guys. Hold.
Well, the penalties haunted Wigan a few moments ago. This is Ryan Bailey.
In a lot of trouble, Wigan's defence. You can see they're not moving up. They're hanging back to see what Leeds are going to do.
And Rob Burrow will try and torment them further. Good hands here from the Leeds Rhinos. This is Brent Webb, gets it away to Danny Maguire. And Maguire's pass goes to ground, but Burrow is quick and picks it up. And eventually Michael Withers gets to him.
Well, that's another high shot from Sean O'Loughlin. He's got to be very careful.
This is Jamie Peacock. He was the man who slipped the beautiful offload on Thursday night to Danny Maguire, who set up Scott Donald's match-winning try. This time a dab forward by Maguire, picked up by Michael Withers.
Just had a feeling that Maguire tried to milk the penalty there. Richard Silverwood, the official, said no way.
Suddenly the balance of the game has swung. First 6 minutes, all Wigan at the other end. Now it's Wigan who are defending and trying to get this ball away from their own line with Paul Prescott.
They've only got themselves to blame. Two silly penalties. Quick succession allowed Leeds to get into a very strong attacking position. They've come up with a try. There'll be a trouble now for the Cherry and Whites to get anywhere near the halfway line for the good kick.
That's the last tackle. They're inside the 40-metre zone. And it's given to Trent Barrett to get the ball downfield. High, Webb after it. Brent Webb catches it cleanly this time. Will launch the counter-attack, Brent Webb. Important tackle that was from Phil Bailey.
Brian Noble, the Wigan coach, has got to get the message out. Look, there's no point in putting the ball right down the throat of this guy. The Kiwi, Brent Webb, is brilliant on his feet. You don't give him 30 or 40 metres start. You push the ball away into the corner, well away from him. That's play on. It won't be now.
Not now. It was a good hit. Millard is certainly putting himself about early in this match.
Who is he ever?
And that could have been deemed to have been a dangerous throw by Shane Millard.
He certainly lifts him.
His legs are above the horizontal.
Yeah. Looking to get away with that.
This is Richards for Wigan. Trent Barrett, the dummy half. Gareth Hock, straight at Kevin Sinfield, and also Gareth Ellis, and also Ryan Bailey. Gareth Hock goes down 10 metres inside the Wigan half. He's lost another jersey as Gareth Hock. Well, that's two. It's going to be an expensive night for Wigan and the kit man. I wonder if they brought 3 number 11s with them.
Well, I doubt it. Maybe they're ironing 2 number 1s on the back already.
Here's Stuart Fielden, hauled down by Kevin Sinfield's last tackle here. This is Gareth Hock, and Gareth Hock with half a jersey and half a metre or so short of the line.
That'll be the turnover. And it just indicates, doesn't it, when they get up and play the ball there, that perhaps they're not with it. I don't think Gareth Hock is with it. That's a good offload.
Great offload. Here comes Jamie Peacock, almost through.
That could have been a flop by O'Loughlin.
Rob Burrow finds Danny Maguire. Here is Jamie Jones Buchanan. Wide they go to Keith Senior. Luluai gets to him, importantly for Wigan. Senior wants to get on with it quickly. And this is Sinfield. Bounces off one. Ooh, gets the ball away somehow to Maguire. Here's Diskin. On the bounce to Gareth Ellis. Shaped to pass wide, then flicked it out the back door to Clinton Tupee. Barrett is after him. That ball comes free, and who has it? Who has it? It's Leeds' ball, says Mr. Silverwood. Gareth Ellis comes up with the goods. Diskin will scamper away. Gets as far as Millard. O'Loughlin is there to finish him off. That's the last tackle for the Leeds Rhinos. Rob Burrow to Brent Webb. Left-footed, straight up in the air. This wind's swirling around all over the place. Withers is underneath it, catches it cleanly. Webb following up his own kick. Great chase by Brent Webb.
Wonderful composure shown there by Michael Withers. It had to be as well. Surprisingly, Wigan are not utilising the same tactics. Eddie's already mentioned it's a swirling wind out there. You give it plenty of height, it causes all sorts of problems.
Eddie, Brian Noble's first big decision tonight is when to introduce Palliasino and Hyam from the substitutes bench. It's one, obviously, a gamble he's made, hoping that they can make the impact that Arobi and Farsavalu made for St Helens last Friday at the JJB Stadium. He wants the substitutes to come on and lift the side to a higher level.
Well, there is Palliasino. He's about to be introduced. And there is the kick from Thomas Lulawai, but as Steve-O said, there's not much height on that, and that's quite easy again for Scott Donald. That's about 3 or 4 kicks now that Lulawai has put in, and none of them have been very impressive. Donald is scratched to the floor by O'Loughlin. Burrow is away from him. Burrow showed it to Senior. Calderwood. Oh! Well, it's fair enough, he wasn't tackled.
Yeah, I know he wasn't tackled.
Burrow was about to play the ball.
I think that was right in the mush.
He was bending down, that was his trouble.
It's getting very tasty, and I've mentioned on a few occasions to the Wigan skipper, on this occasion that looked pretty high. That Sean O'Loughlin, I don't know what's happening out there, but all he wants to do is scrag and go for the head.
Diskin finds Gareth Ellis. He finds Brent Webb. Webb wide to Clinton Tupee. And Tupee is halted just about 9 metres inside the Wigan half of the field. Brent Webb's the dummy half. Here's Maguire. It's another high hanging kick. Plenty of time in the air. Calderwood gets it. Eventually, he will remember, of course, his performance here last year. Probably the highlight of his Wigan career, Mark Calderwood, when he scooted over for the match-winning try.
Lost his boot as Calderwood.
Step back, Jamie. Let's go.
Fortunately for Wigan, didn't lose the ball. Barrett, long ball to Lulawai. Lulawai trying to come inside them. Gets it away to Gareth Hock, who has got a new jersey, but it's no number, so only 2 11s on the bus.
Well, Ashley Gibson went high. Gee, there's a lot of feeling in this game, that is for sure. This could blow up any moment now.
Oh, that ball bouncing all over the place, and Maguire swooped on it. Oh, and he's knocked on.
All he had to do was just fall on the football. Possession is vital. You don't have to go for the glory all the time. And that is exactly what he tried to do.
First one.
Just make sure you get the ball and the possession. This is the incident, and Barrett right into the face. Yeah. He looks as though he copped it. Never mind the little halfback. Rob Burrow, probably the same size.
Not much taller, is he, the young man on the terraces, that's for sure. He's a brave kid, though, is Rob Burrow.
Well, we can see Gareth Hock there with a new shirt. They didn't bring the iron.
No. Withers. And Mickey Hyam. This is fielded.
That was lucky it was the delayed. Oh, he's got to get him for that.
Bailey took him then.
This is getting completely out of hand. This is not the first one. It's about the 10th that I've seen already. And I'm afraid I've got to point the finger at the officials. They've just allowed this to go on. 20 minutes of mayhem has been going on out there. And that only irritates the players. And this looked like the forward 50-50 perhaps, and then crack. That should go on report. It has to. Here it comes. Bang. I've seen them sent off automatic for that. It wouldn't surprise me if the red card comes out. It was a bad one.
Sean, where's Sean? Sean! Sean!
He's looking worried, is Bailey.
I think think he's calling the two captains together.
That means it's a report. He's saying if he can relax. He can relax for the rest of tonight anyway.
Kevin, we've got to swing it out straight into the head. OK, the interview's going on report. Penalty to Wigan. Sort him out.
Well, it'll be interesting next time Stuart Fielding gets the ball.
It'll be interesting at whoever gets the ball. It was on a knife's edge right from the kickoff.
Back up.
Not that there's any love lost between these two sides over the years.
Okay. Let's go.
No, Wigan have had the better. Here is the first confrontation. Fielding against Bailey.
Back up.
And that's about on as even. He ran straight at him. Did Fielding. Here is Barrett. And this is Withers. And Withers dumps the ball back to Bailey. And Leeds managed to keep him out.
Barrett screaming for the football. Watch for the dummy runners. Will it be Luluwai who picks out?
He finds Paliasina. Paliasina tries to run over the top of Bailey. Ellis is there. So too Peacock to stop the New Zealander. It's with Thomas Luluwai. Comes back on the inside. Here is Trent Barrett. And they were waiting for him. Hyam finds Luluwai. Stabs the kick in. Oh, now then, this is going to be a decision, I think, for the video referee.
Too late is the cry, I think.
Brian Fletcher
It's close.
is the man who's got the hand to it.
It is close.
And the video referee tonight is Ian Smith. First decision for Ian Smith.
Has he got it? Yes, he has. It was very close. That's going to be TRY. Beautiful little dink through there from Luluwai. And Fletcher knew where to go. Little Burrow couldn't stop him. That's got to be given, surely.
Well, providing it's all he's looking for.
Well, he's going to see if there's a bit of a gap. I think that's got to be given. I'm going to go for TRY.
And we check to see whether he's onside, Steve-O.
And if that's the case, then he's going to be given. He's okay. No problems as far as I can see.
But he's well onside.
Yeah, he comes from over the dotted 10-metre.
But they've checked everything now. Surely this is a try for Brian Fletcher. And it is. Fletcher, 33 on Thursday, yet in absolutely magnificent form. That's his second try of the year. And we complained, or at least we criticised rather than complained. We talked about Thomas Luluwai and the kicking game and his long kick straight into Brent Webb's arms. Nothing wrong with that little grubber that split the defence for Brian Fletcher to get over for the try. And Brian Fletcher, the man who played 13 times for Australia, 14 times for New South Wales in State of Origin, has scored a very important try for Wigan. And can Pat Richards add the extras? And Richards obliges, and Wigan hit the front by 8 points to 4.
Beautiful little dink to send this fella in for the try. Leeds got caught out though, there was no one at home. Luluwai says, where are they? They weren't there. No one at home, and Fletcher, surprisingly, not the fastest man in the Wigan side, but it was on hand to make sure that the Cherry and Whites take the lead.
Steve, all the time that the referee was talking to Ryan Bailey for his high shot and fielding, Trent Barrett was talking to Mickey Hyam and Thomas Luluwai and telling them what they wanted to achieve in that set. It was great craftsmanship, and Luluwai provided the goods at the end of it. Perfect end to a great attacking option.
Well, I've said it all season now, since Wigan signed Trent Barrett. As far as I'm concerned, he's a man that calls the shots. OK, I know that Sean O'Loughlin has the C against his name for being the captain, but out there calling the shots, I'm sure, is Trent Barrett. Good offload.
Does brilliantly well. He finds Mickey Hyam, and Hyam tries to duck under them. He did. Thought better of the offload though to Thomas Luluwai. That was a try scorer at dummy half. There is Trent Barrett. He went down like a sack of coal, but the referee is unimpressed. Here is Jamie Thackeray.
I think he's been badly done to there, Barrett. I think you see a Leeds player step into his line of movement. He's It's wiped away, though, by Richard Silverwood.
Well, Ryan Bailey taken from the heat of the battle by coach Tony Smith for Jamie Thackeray. That's a great offload by Sinfield to Burrow, but Calderwood was all over. I beg your pardon, it's Maguire. Calderwood was all over him like a rash. This is Peacock, and Peacock sees the gap, and Calderwood again to the rescue for Wigan. Just did enough to bring him down. There's Burrow, scampering little run.
Oh, they've got to get him of that.
Play on, says Mr. Silverwood.
Well, I know he's short to the ground, but...
That's a nice kick from Maguire. Well read by Michael Withers.
Tremendous experience, Withers, anticipating. Well, you were mentioning the other day, Eddie, about have they forgotten about the throttle tackle as well? Well, it's head-eye.
Or grapple tackle.
Well, whatever.
A grapple tackle that throttles. But I know what you mean.
Doesn't matter, it's painful.
It is, I wouldn't like one.
Do you know, I got a distinct impression that Richard Silverwood is enjoying this. He's not on the receiving end.
But I think the fare that we've served up on Sky Sports, I say we, it's the royal we, because the players and coaches need to take a bow over the past 4 or 5 days. Has been absolutely sensational.
Without a doubt.
I really do.
Just a touch too long. He's disappointed, rightly so. The architect of Wigan's first try. Taking him a while to settle into the style that Brian Noble needs at Wigan.
Almost a little... that was a little bit forward to Tupi. Almost a little... and the ball's come free, and Wigan have got it back. Well, there's no question about it. Wigan are up for this. Richards bounces off a couple, gets away from Diskin. Can't get away from Peacock, though.
You see the look on the players, the defenders, when they want to go into the tackle. It's as though they want to really hurt the opposition.
He got hold of that. They're asking for 6 to go, and Mr. Silverwood stands firm and says it's tackle number 3. Here is Paliasina, bump, barge, adding a bit of grunt up front.
Not so sure he touched it.
Knock on here.
The errors are coming from both sides now. It's not surprising. It has been a very hectic Easter weekend. Thackeray getting involved. And it just squeezed out. Once again at the bottom of the pile, Gareth Ellis is getting through a lot of defensive work.
They'll have to get through a bit more, won't he? Unless his side are a bit more selective with their offloads. Too many handling mistakes inside their own half, having to do too much defence. When they have the ball, Leeds do look dangerous.
Well, as I say, I hope that you've enjoyed the past few days. In 24 hours' time or thereabouts, we are back with you for the Boot and All special. Yeah, 48 hours, really. What's a day between friends? Doncaster Castleford, Thursday at 7 on Sky Sports 3. Part of a Boots and All special. We'll have all the usual features of Boots and All revolving around Doncaster Castleford. Sky Sports 3 Thursday night. Here's another Leeds penalty. The penalty count is stacking up against Wigan.
Certainly is messing around at the ball area. And I've got to be fair, I think Leeds have got into their shell a bit, and this may just shake it out of them.
Great kick from the penalty, wasn't it? Here is Keith Senior again, looking for number 200 for him, looking for the second try of the night for Leeds. And there's another penalty, and Mr. Silverwood, I think he's going to have a word with somebody here. Wigan trying to slow Leeds' progress down. I'm not doing it legally, I'm afraid. Bailey and Barrett.
Just never released it. It's as simple as that. You could see that Senior wanted to get on with it.
Well, last time they conceded 2 quick penalties, Leeds Rhinos scored. Trent Barrett the culprit with Bailey this time.
Well, they know that if they sin again...
Someone's in the bin. This is Thackeray. Former Hull prop forward. Wonder if he watched the big City derby on Sky Sports yesterday. Rob Burrow. Back it comes to Danny Maguire. Maguire finds Gareth Ellis. A bit of a grab by Gareth Hock again. Oh, and Mickey Hine was lifting the legs and turning him round there. Here is Peacock. Short ball from Peacock. Big hit again on Diskin. They're getting stuck into each other, aren't they? Diskin felt that. Sinfield. Back he comes to Maguire. Maguire good on his feet, isn't he? But Wigan were alert to the danger. 2 tackles, this set of 6 remaining. The crowd screaming for another penalty. This is Sinfield. And here is Jamie Jones. Just short. Sinfield again on the bounce to Rob Burrow. This is Gareth Ellis. And Ellis, does he get the ball down? Held up, says Mr. Silverwood. And he was absolutely Johnny on the spot then to make that decision.
Was he ever? Great stuff from the referee. Never got anywhere near. Came swinging round. Richards made sure that he couldn't get that impact down.
Magnificent defence.
Unbelievable.
Oh,
swinging arm again. Thackeray.
And Palliasina just smiles and pats him on the head.
Well, that's their job, isn't it?
You see games of rugby, Steve-O, and you see a team go from one end where they almost score, and how often do the commentators say 60 seconds later the opposition put the points on the scoreboard? Wouldn't surprise me here now if Wigan can find some energy, kick it downfield and just see what they've got in them.
Well, it's helped by giving away a silly penalty, isn't it? You know, I mean, this is another reason, as far as I'm concerned, why I never wanted to get into coaching. So frustrating. They deserve every penny they get.
And
the coaches
after
these
that
days.
Clip around the chops, by the way, Palliasina has gone off and has been replaced by Eamon O'Carroll. Eamon O'Carroll, who gained notoriety in Warrington as the man whose head came into contact quite accidentally with Adrian Morley in the first game of the Super League campaign.
He's got great footwork, and if he can just get through a line, there'll be some support around you can bet that.
Oh, that's a great ball to Withers from Barrett, and Withers. Oh, was it knocked forward? Was it knocked by the Leeds hand as Withers is complaining? And
this will be interesting to see.
Pleading for.
Beautiful inside ball, wasn't it, from Barrett?
Sure, it's not a forward pass first.
No, it was just he was trying to force it. It's got to be classified as a forward pass. Either way, Wigan have bombed the try, but the quality in the inside ball from the standoff Trent Barrett to the fullback Withers was top quality. I made a point on Good Friday in as much that, to my way of thinking, you know, a few of the Wigan players, Phil, they have a bit of a problem trying to work out Trent Barrett. To me, they're coming a bit too early.
Here's Thackeray. Gets dumped to the ground by Vialicki.
Do you sense a try, Robbie, before half-time?
Oh, I think they're going hammer and tong at the moment. They're really enjoying themselves.
Whoa, what an offload that was. This is Diskin. Diskin then gives it to Sinfield. And Sinfield makes a half break. Sinfield makes a full break. He's got Burrow with him. He's just been tackled. Oh, he's given the ball away. And it's an offside decision by Richard Silverwood.
Boy, that was a try-saver. That really was. They've gone for the quick tap. Not surprisingly, they've got Wigan on the rack.
Here is Tupi. And Tupi is brought to ground. Ashley Gibson. Gibson to Lauatiti. Halted. High and upstairs, high and downstairs, fielded upstairs. Diskin to Burrow. And Burrow fires the pass to Maguire. It goes out wide to Senior. He's knocked it forward.
Bombed. Absolutely bombed. No advantage of put the scrum down. Well, over the last few moments, we've seen it a little bit more. Spreading the ball wide from this Rhinos outfit. Bit of claret just coming away. This is the break back on the inside. And he just had enough to knock him off balance and spin around. Just touched it there. As Calderwood just had a fingertip. Well spotted by Richard Silverwood.
Eddie is one of the fastest teams in Super League. It suits Leeds to actually try and stretch their opponents across the whole field. It's why they move the ball so wide. You see Wigan shifting the ball. But Leeds have stretched their opponents to try and widen the gaps between the defenders and take advantage of the speed they have in their team.
Yes, they're pretty nippy, aren't they? And now they're being big in defence in the Wigan quarter. That's 3 tackles gone. Wigan still in trouble. Trying to work it away here with the Lachlan seniors all over the top of him. That's 4 tackles gone. They've only made 9 metres in 4 tackles. Luluai. Bailey with a strong run.
Defense. It is wonderful defence to be able to just keep them. They haven't even made the 30-metre line yet.
And that was touched in flight by the Leeds man. It only just crept over the halfway line. This is Brent Webb. Good chase by Trent Barrett.
This is the incident. Is deemed that Calderwood has touched it as little Rob Barrow trying to get the ball back on the inside.
But do you really think that Mark Calderwood made a play for that ball?
It's difficult. It's gone now.
It is too late. Here's Lauatiti again. Sheer physical presence gets it away to Diskin. This is Burrow. Here is Jamie Thackeray. Bumps one out the way, then loses the ball. And there's a problem for Lauatiti. He's on his knees and clutching the leg.
Oh, he's had a dead leg here. And we see it also often, don't we? The ball carrying arm makes the first impact to the would-be tackler. There's the problem with Lauatiti.
Clutching his knee, actually. And Gareth Hock. He's stood there, actually, in the line, Lauatiti. Fair credit to him. With Thackeray, Hock was brought down. But he's in some pain. Is Big Ali. This is Eamon O'Carroll.
Well, you've got to get back, even if you're just in a position. At least the opposition will see the shirt there.
Now Trent Barrett just dabs the ball over the top. An invitation for Calderwood to chase it. It arrives for Calderwood. Oh, and he loses the ball. The ball went forward. Otherwise, that was a golden try for Wigan.
Well, this scoreline could have been anything. 26-20 or something like that. The opportunities that they've bombed.
Mark Calderwood, he left Leeds for Wigan in 2006, 106 tries in 143 for Leeds. Just 9 tries in 29 appearances so far for Wigan. Let's go down to the sideline. Bill has some news for us, Bill.
Yeah, Ali Lauatiti is going to have to come off of the back of that knee injury. I think he got a whack right on the knee, and it's purely jarred it by the look of things, but they weren't going to take any chances, not even with half-time approaching. So Ian Kirk was whisked off the bench into action just for the last couple of minutes.
Well, he has given Wigan enough rope here tonight, Mr. Silverwood, and I think now that is the last warning.
You know what next?
Ali Lauatiti limping his way off the field as the Leeds Rhinos drive it back in again.
Last one. Move. Hold.
Here comes Thackeray. Boom. Straight into Stuart Fielden. With Fletcher, he's brought down.
Hold.
He's got to go.
Well, Stuart Fielden, to be fair, was indicating to the referee that he was being held down. And he's furious, is Stuart Fielden.
There's a few out there that are furious, Eddie, because there's been some cheap high shots, and now you get something like that. The crowd are incensed. Everybody's getting upset about it. He says that he's being held down by Thackeray. Probably was.
Wigan down to 12. Just before half-time, Leeds looking to go in with a half-time lead. This is Burrow. Quick movement from Leeds. Brent Webb. They go wide to Ashley Gibson. Gibson. He found Thomas Luluai, that's all. He was on his way across the whitewash.
Knock on.
No,
Was
it's
it
a penalty. Penalty to Wigan because it leads interference at the play of the ball.
Well, I know one thing, that there's only a few seconds to the half-time hooter, and I am going to be relieved, because if this had gone on for another 10 minutes, I think someone would have got a red card. They are furious, he's furious.
But he's pleading his case now on the bench, and he no doubt will have to do the same to Brian Noble when he gets into the dressing room. But Wigan will have to battle on here. Oh, there's another one.
Shot again. But he's doing nothing about it.
Well, he's blowing the whistle for the penalties when he sees them.
And he's talking to them.
Back off.
No doubt about it at all. There's no impact on the ball going up into the face. It's direct contact.
Sean, go away.
There's the half-time siren. It's a penalty coming up for Wigan.
Tackles, okay? have a word with him, because if I'm going to deal with him, you know where he's going.
14 penalties in the opening half of the match. Leeds have had 8, Wigan have had 6, and Jamie Thackeray, the latest one to transgress.
Onside.
Well, the penalty will find touch. Wigan will have one more attempt. Ooh, will it find touch? Yes. No. Yes.
Yeah.
10 metres away. It's not a bad kick, that is it?
Chapman up in the air.
Drop goal.
No, get it up in the swirling wind. It's something that Wigan haven't done this entire 40 minutes. Up it goes.
It's a drop goal.
Oh, it's gone for
hit
one.
it wide. Well, that's the end of the first half. Did the referee signal the goal then? Because it looked as though from here that
It's gone
Richards
over.
had missed.
I think it's gone over, Eddie. It's a belter. Right through the middle.
Well, we've got to wait and see what the referee's sign is.
He raises his arm. He's given it.
He's raised his arm.
Yeah.
Well, the scoreboard here in the electronic scoreboard says 8-4 to Wigan, and
There
then
it
the
is.
referee has raised that hand. No, I think that's time off.
Well, he
We'll
went
have to check.
Well, he went over.
Well, I'm not so sure it did.
Well, he went straight through the middle, surely.
No, it wasn't straight through the middle. It was very near the upright. And he has not ruled it. The video referee has confirmed he has not ruled it, but looking at that...
Well, it look,
Well, anyway.
it's gone over.
Well, we will look at it in a minute, and maybe the video referee then will have a word in the ear of Mr. Silverwood, and you never know, but I don't think you can give it now. He's wafted it off. There we go. Plenty to we're all confused. Plenty to talk about, and I'll talk about it all with Bobby Paul when we return. Wigan are ahead 8 points to 4. Well, this is what's coming up for you this weekend here on Sky Sports from the Engage Super League. Friday, it's Sky Sports 3 and HD2. Saturday, Sky Sports 1 HD1. Friday, Saints Catalan Dragons. Saturday, the Quins against the Wakefield Wildcats. Second half about to get underway here at the Headingley Carnegie, and Leeds Rhinos 4, the Wigan Warriors 8 is the situation that we find ourselves in. You know, under Tony Smith, Leeds have won 39, I beg your pardon, 39 of 45 home games since 2004, so he's not lost too many. But Brian Noble, he poached a couple of wins last year when he was here, one for Bradford early on, around about this time of the year, and one later on for the Wigan Warriors. And even though Leeds have been arguably a little more successful during the summer era than the Wigan Warriors since 1996, Wigan have actually won 17 and drawn 3 of 34, and they have won here 8 times, and 2 of those 3 draws have come here at Headingley. Well, Wigan have got this swirling wind just about at their backs in the second half. They will be attacking from left to right as we watch. Leeds predominantly white these days in their kit, and Wigan the almost traditional cherry and white hoops, as Brent Webb gets us underway again. And underneath it is Trent Barrett, and here is Brian Fletcher, and there's the first tackle of the second half. I wonder if the coaches have just said to their players, look, just calm down a bit, Stephen.
Well, I hope they have, and I hope that the official has sent the message through to either side that if we have any more of them, to be fair, Richard Silverwood made a run for his own back, I'm afraid, because he just ignored the opening 20 minutes, and that's a penalty. Reefing and more than one in attendance into the tackle. Sinfield certainly got a hand underneath. Was it helped as well? Yeah. No doubt about it. Silly play. Lost about 30 metres downfield now.
So that's the first penalty of the second half. There have been 15 of them in all. Wigan then will restart midway inside the Leeds half of the field. Kylie Luluai is on. I think I'm right in saying he's a cousin of Thomas, the Leeds prop and the Wigan scrum half. They're related anyway. And here is Mickey Hyam. He plays the ball to Thomas Luluai, and this is Eamon O'Carroll.
Pretty strong run as well. Now they will use the dummy runners, run the angle of something different.
Trent Barrett up the middle he goes. Barrett running across the face of play now, offloads it there to Brian Fletcher. And Fletcher
Last one, 5.
halted
Okay,
just
stand.
3-4 metres maybe away from the line. This is the last tackle. Thomas Luluwai sliding kick through again, bouncing up. We're going to get a second set of 6. Start of the second half. Ashley Gibson did well.
Good position there by the winger Gibson. Had to be as Luluwai dinks it in. They were all on side as well, but they will get the dropout. More possession.
Come on, Brent. Let's go. Come on.
So Brent Webb, the man who is
Okay, Kevin.
carrying the ball to Kevin Sinfield, who will drop it out. We'll see just how strong this wind is here. Sinfield's tried to play it underneath the wind. Oh, he's got a good length on it too. Trent Barrett couldn't get hold of that. He gets to halfway now as the tackle is made. First one this set of 6. That's a great drop out from Sinfield.
Hold. Hold.
Hyam waits.
Let's go.
Robust challenge again on the Wigan man. No quarter being asked or given here tonight. This is Sean O'Loughlin. Nearly a half break. Tackled by Ian Kirk. Mickey Hyam, Brian Fletcher. Jones Buchanan is there, so too Thackeray. Diskin was in attendance also.
Good work by Mickey Hyam. He's just lifted the tempo slightly.
Last one.
Great defence there by Burrow. Had to be.
Last tackle here for Wigan then. Luluwai once again.
5, 5.
How did that come out? It just rebounded, and the referee says the tackle count continues. There's a high hanging kick from O'Loughlin. Scott Donald is underneath it, and Calderwood was careful then how he watched the ball come out of the sky and then made the tackle. Want to tackle him and give away a penalty.
Did well, Calderwood. Made sure that the feet hit the ground before he made contact.
It's Leeds' turn now to try and work the ball away from their own line. Diskin gives it to Kirk.
4.
Violecki and Gareth Hock with the tackle.
Hold.
Diskin dummy half again, and Thackeray.
Last one.
Thackeray halted by 3. They haven't got up to the 40-metre mark here, Leeds. They're still midway inside their own half. The kick will have to be good, but are they trying to fool Wigan? Yes, they are. A little dab, and Barrett is underneath that. Oh, brilliant turn from Trent Barrett, and he's got the support with him on his inside. This is Thomas Luluwai. Brent Webb getting back, and Burrow getting back. What a pick-up by Trent Barrett that was. This is Fletcher over the top and finds Hyam. This is O'Loughlin. O'Loughlin tackled by Scott Donald. Great defence from the winger. Mickey Hyam, the dummy half for Wigan. Chance here for Eamon O'Carroll, but 3 close in to bring him down. Mickey Hyam.
Hawks out wide.
Thomas Luluwai on the half volley. Tries to skirt around a couple. Great Leeds defence here. Hyam again. Crowd just holding its breath. Trent Barrett with a dab to the in-goal area. Calderwood, has he got that ball down?
I think he has.
I'll tell you something, that
I think he's
stand
got
is
it.
very close to the dead ball line here at Headingley.
The referee is happy with the ground, and he just wants to check that the player's onside
he is
behind the kicker when the ball hits his foot.
Oh, he's way behind. This is TRY time.
Wigan's short kicking game's been good tonight. The referee's right too,
There's a
isn't it? He's been
confirmation.
good.
Yep. Apart from the ignoring some high tackles he has.
Well, a near-perfect 5 minutes for Wigan to start this match will get them 4 points.
Oh, it's a try, no doubt about it.
Mark Calderwood, has he scored again on his return to Headingley? He has. And Wigan, with 12 men, have scored the first try at the start of this second half. Mark Calderwood with the touchdown, and another inch-perfect kick from Thomas Luluwai, setting the opportunity up. Wonderful strike rate at Headingley. At last he hits double figures here for the Wigan Warriors.
Wonderful, wonderful place. Trent Barrett got them into into the position. Luluai was unlucky. Webb got to him eventually. And the kick through from Barrett was sufficient. He made sure he went behind him, and Calderwood, what a great effort. Scored many a good try at this ground when he played for Leeds. And they're being caught yet again. He went right into the hoarding.
I think I pinched the kick off Trent Barrett then. I said it was Thomas Luluai's precision kick. It was a wonderful sliding kick from Trent Barrett.
You know, Mark Calderwood's at his best when he roams all over the field. He's the right winger, stood on the far side, scored a try that you'd expect to see the left winger or left centre for Wigan score. And the kick has just gone over there now from the man playing on the opposite flank. Wonderful play for Calderwood to get involved, get close to the action.
Calderwood's try improved by Pat Richards.
Well, Leeds took the decision not to kick the ball deep, and it was the reason why Barrett came up with the ball on the halfway line. His breakdown field, well, Leeds will recover. They hung on for 4 tackles, but on that 5th play, Calderwood found his way with the ball in the in-goal.
Here's the man who created it, Barrett, and he gives it to Fletcher, who got the first. And, of course, Wigan with Stuart Fielden in the sin bin. And I think he's still in there, just checking round. No sign of him yet. This is Phil Bailey. And we saw Alilau Titi limping off in the first half. Bill, some news, I believe.
Yeah, Alilau Titi came off just before half-time, and the initial diagnosis was it was just a bang on the knee. It looks to be the case. He's been out warming up and still having a little bit of consultation. So while they're Leeds saying that he's okay and should be okay to go back on, there's obviously some concern still about his fitness.
The kick from Trent Barrett again, and that's another wonderful kick.
Well, it's a bit off song against St Helens on Good Friday, but he has bounced back, especially in the second half, taking full responsibility. And it's amazing how you just make a clean break like that, Phil. You know, he collected the kick, spun around, and it just lifts the side, but it lifts himself too.
I think Brian Noble and Wigan needed their big game players to perform tonight, didn't they? They need to re-establish their credibility in Super League this season, having lost at home to their arch rivals, and they've certainly done that in the opening 48 minutes of this game. In fact, the 8 minutes this second half have been very good for Wigan, but the 8 minutes of the first half were very strong for Wigan as well. It's whether they can keep a control over the Rhinos.
Where it did come out of the Wigan camp that Brian was very unhappy with the way they performed against St Helens, and he's been cracking the whip this week.
Bad error there from Leeds. They look completely out of shape. And you can see the confidence building in the Cherry and Whites. They really are up for this one.
Here's Jamie Peacock. Nothing is certain, though, here at Headingley against the Leeds Rhinos. They are defending the only home unbeaten record in the Super League here tonight. That's a great kick from Sinfield. Over the head of Ashton. Here comes Thackeray. And here comes Maguire and the rest. Chris Ashton just on for Brian Fletcher. In his farewell season, of course. And Stuart Fielden is back out of the sin bin. That's a high shot by Tupi on Pat Richards.
Well,
There's a lot of slapping and banging into the heads tonight, isn't there?
I mean, to be fair, he caught the shoulder first with the impact, but finished up in the face. You know, it must confuse quite a lot of the viewers, especially with the fact that, you know, we find Sinfield goes to the sin bin for 10 minutes just because he's holding someone down.
Fielden.
Yeah, sorry, Fielden, sorry. They're holding someone down, and yet they're witnessing everybody getting their head knocked off, and they don't do anything about it. It's confusing.
And it used to be the fact that they couldn't actually send people to the sin bin for foul play, but now persistent foul play can be a yellow card offence.
Well, we've seen it persistent, haven't we?
Another penalty from Clinton Tupi. That's 2 in a row. Now, will Pat Richards take the shot at goal here?
I think so.
Keith Mills is out with the kicking tee, or the ticking key.
Either way, could twist that knife a little bit further into the Rhinos. You know, it was a great start. Good 15 minutes from Leeds. They looked solid. They were confident of getting the link, the ball out wide. and they just appear to have gone into their shell. No spark in the forwards, and the two halfbacks, Danny Maguire and Rob Barrow, they've hardly had any possession or opportunity to ask a few questions to this Wigan defence.
Richards 3 from 3 tonight.
Anything I need to know about?
This is about 35, 36 metres out. Not much of an angle. He's been kicking well this year. And he continues to kick well. Pat Richards, well, he's like a man reborn this year, Phil, isn't he, Pat Richards? And the kicking has helped his confidence, there's no doubt about that.
I think it has, yeah. He's been really, really impressive, and even when Wigan have lost games, he's carried the ball strong, he's got involved and become active, but his kicking is certainly a big thing. Tony Smith has a problem here with half an hour to go, 12 points behind on the scoreboard. Teams talk about playing hot when they have the ball. It means keeping the ball alive, throwing it around, and Leeds have done that in this game. But they've done it maybe too often, and they haven't shown a respect to possession maybe they needed to do against their opponents. Maybe a turning point now. 11 minutes into the second half, they will get possession for the first time and attack Wigan.
Indeed so, and it was a penalty decision because the man who picked up the loose ball after O'Loughlin fumbled it forward, I think it was Fletcher, he was stood in an offside position. He was in front of the Wigan player. So the penalty's given, and look where Leeds are on tackle number 2. Here is Jamie Jones-Buchanan.
Full credit it is well for Leeds to go for that short kick-off. They just caught him napping. Really should have been taken by O'Loughlin.
There was a huge hole behind the front line for Wigan. Here is Brent Webb, and hitting it at speed there. It's a penalty for offside. It was Tupi who was hitting the ball at speed, and Wigan had crept up on the fringes out there. So they come again, and it's a tap penalty by Brent Webb, and Wigan somehow keep him out. Ashton and Palliasina. There's Diskin. This is Rob Burrow. Burrow trying to duck underneath them. Fielding got him round the neck. Fielding in bother with the referee tonight, just out under sin bin.
It doesn't matter how low they are to the ground. You can't attack the face, and you can see quite clearly that that's what he's done, and then just give him a flop to finish him off.
Well, Fielding's about 6'4", and Rob Burrow's about 5'4". And the referee said to him, size does not matter. Thackeray for the Leeds Rhinos. Matt Diskin waits. Diskin goes himself. Still a second effort, and a great effort from Wigan to keep him back. Fantastic stuff from Diskin too. Jamie Jones-Buchanan, Kevin Sinfield pops it up. Here's Peacock, and Peacock will release it to Thackeray, and Thackeray will drive it in again. Ryan was grabbing at the shoulders again. Diskin waits. Here is Burrow. Now it's with Maguire. Maguire halted by the challenge from Gareth Hock. Quick play the ball. Sinfield. Oh! Wigan will believe that this might be their night. All that pressure, and Leeds couldn't score.
Just running under the ball too fast, no doubt. Clinton Tupi should have been at least another metre behind. The offload from Kevin Sinfield. They've blown the opportunity. Let's give credit though to Wigan. Their defence scrambled back. They got there in numbers.
You know, Wigan look as though they've made this a sudden death playoff game for themselves, haven't they? Loser goes home at the end of the season, and that's the desperation with which they're holding the line. They're going to get a penalty here now from the scrum. Leeds being offside, and they've just survived 4 minutes on their own line.
Well, this is a relieving penalty for Wigan. Wigan just kept the ball in the back of the scrum long enough to fool the line in moving up.
It's a grey area though, isn't it?
Maybe Sinfield had come out of the scrum. Maybe that's what the referee ruled.
Good basic rugby league football, that's all Wigan need to do now, control this game. Thackeray hunting for Fielding, got him.
This is Millard, here is Palliasina. A total of 20 penalties tonight, and equally shared between the two at 10 apiece. But to be fair, Mr. Silverwood could not have kept his whistle in his pocket tonight. There's been some
high shots.
Poor tackling technique. Barrett, great ball back to Chris Ashton, and Ashton is hunted down by Kirk. The tackle's not completed. Oh, I think Mr. Silverwood has just got this wrong. There wasn't a hand, or it wasn't, no. Well, Chris Ashton there has been penalised, and he's got that wrong, Richard Silverwood. Leeds won't be arguing.
I think the way Leeds are playing, Eddie, they need some luck to get back in this game. Wigan total dominance, and their enthusiasm level so high that they've been hard to play against.
This is Jamie Jones Buchanan getting away to Senior. Senior will give it to Scott Donald. Donald, the man who won the match for them at Odsal on Thursday night. This is Sinfield. Here is Jamie Jones Buchanan again.
Tremendous defence from Wigan, especially in that when they got the ball out wide. Their sliding defence was solid. They all went as a unit.
Maguire, has he got the key? Flicks it to Ellis. Ellis will run straight. Pops it up to Brent Webb. Great movement from Leeds, but Maguire just couldn't skip his way through. Paliasina finished him off. Diskin to Burrow. Burrow, good ball. Bailey's back out. And Bailey is halted by 3.
Numbers yet again in the cherry and whites. That's tremendous stuff. Crowd are going berserk. They thought they should have got a penalty.
Sinfield, good kick. Ball is free. It's been touched down, I think. It's been touched down by somebody. Did Luluai get a hand to it?
I think so.
The Leeds player, Maguire. Maguire is celebrating. Maguire believes he scored here.
It was a neat little chip through from Sinfield. Onside, that's fine. No need to worry about that. The video referee will see who gets there first. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Luluai does not get control. This could be a try.
No,
he does there. Just
Second
in time. Just in time. Not a bad song either, but he misses it there and just beats Maguire. This will be no try.
It'll be a goal line dropout.
He saw Stuart Field and then Eddie putting his finger up in the air. That signified to his teammates, we've got to work for 1 minute. Players know that 6 tackles are 1 minute. They've got to defend their line with the enthusiasm that they've shown in this second half. 1 minute. 1 minute we've got to work for now, and then we get the ball back.
So close, the Leeds Rhinos and the South Standers find their voice. Little break there as the players get some oxygen back into the lungs. The dropout finds Maguire. Here comes Bailey, straight at O'Loughlin.
Well, that was another high shot, just completely ignored.
Here's Peacock.
I'll be surprised, Eddie, if someone doesn't get it. Someone's got to be sent off, I'm sure.
This is Rob Burrow. And the ball finds its way to Sinfield. Burrow takes the return, switches the axis of the attack. Here is Maguire. Maguire trying to outmuscle them in defence. That's 3 tackles. Ashton could have been penalised then for coming over the top. Diskin finds Peacock. Has Peacock got the magic skill again? No, Wigan wrap him up. 4 tackles gone. Diskin to Burrow. Burrow sees the gap. It's a try for Burrow. Rob Burrow, and Chris Ashton asks the referee to hand it on upstairs.
It's squeezed out.
Rob Burrow
It's a try,
believes he scored his 100th try.
So do I.
Of his career.
He plonks it down on the line. Confirmation. The Rhinos are back in this game. And for the first time in the second half, the Wigan defence has just wilted.
That was magical from Burrow. And Ian Smith confirms the try. 100 career tries now for Rob Burrow. Tries home and away against Wigan last year. Ever present throughout 2006. His 51st consecutive appearance here, and a priceless Rhinos try.
You can see there, Tupi. He was screaming, Webb was screaming. He thought he should have got the ball, but the little halfback did it all on his own.
Sinfield's added the extras, and Leeds are back within a converted try. It's 16-10 to Wigan.
Tremendous work. Twinkle toes through the dummy. There you can see Webb saying, I should have got it, but don't worry. The little halfback has put this game on the edge. Boy, are they happy.
So Rob Burrow, the halfback for the Leeds Rhinos, impressing in front of this crowd, impressing in front of you, the Sky Sports viewers, impressing also in front of the two coaches, the former Great Britain coach who wouldn't give him his chance on the Tri-Nations Tour, and the brand new British coach who just might give him his chance when the Kiwis come over in the autumn, Tony Smith. And Tony Smith's men are back in the hunt here.
Wigan knew that their challenge was to defend that line for a minute. They couldn't quite get there, but they've got more than 20 now in which to hold out again, and maybe even try and ask some questions of Leeds in attack.
Comes in at the play the ball. Another Leeds penalty.
It's getting very tasty, and you can see there that when the ball did go messing around, there was also a little bit of interference and a bit of a fingertip going into the face.
Steve, it's as if the Rhinos come at you in waves and the South Stand lift, don't they? And the team challenge, they score a try and they really come on the back of that strong.
Well, it's certainly an advantage to them, especially with Senior showing all the strength. Can they get the link? Maguire is screaming for it.
They give it to Jamie Peacock, who runs at field, who spins and tries to get the ball away, keeps going a couple more valuable meters. That's 3 tackles gone. Diskin waits, Burrow is there, here he is. Long pass to Maguire. They're lined up out there. Great run from Ellis, halted by Gareth Hock and Shane Millard.
What a tackle from Millard, right round the ankles, it had to be as well.
Here is Sinfield, now it's Ryan Bailey. Ryan Bailey taking on Palliasina, taking on Gareth Hock, taking on Chris Ashton. They force him back. They force him back. Referee now shouts held. Last tackle here for Leeds. Diskin to Sinfield. Back on the inside to Gareth Ellis. Oh, fantastic try. Gareth Ellis with a try for Leeds. And suddenly momentum swings their way. Tremendous try from Ellis. Great work from Leeds. That's the 50th try of Gareth Ellis' career. We've had 100 for Rob Burrow. We've had 50 for Gareth Ellis. And the Leeds Rhinos are storming back into the match. Kick to come that will level it up.
Tremendous play. Sinfield's inside pass, outstanding. They went for the power play. They thought they were going to go for the kick. You could see that Millard had gone back on the inside. It left a huge gap. And there was Ellis. He's had a great game in defence, but he's come up trumps right at the moment that the Rhinos needed it.
Kick successful from Kevin Sinfield. Level pegging. 2 tries in 3 minutes for Leeds.
You know, great players know how to seize the moment. On the back of scoring 1 try and the ability of a penalty on the 4th tackle, they've gone downfield, moved the ball across the opposition's try line, and eventually found that decisive inside pass that split through the Wigan line. Gareth Ellis' 2nd try, and within the matter of minutes, Leeds now back on level terms.
So Wigan would have thought they might have had the match in their pocket, but you think again here at Headingley, because this is a fortress for the Rhinos. Robbie, pulsating is a word that comes to mind.
Brilliant, and for 60 minutes of this game, Leeds just looked like they were just cruising. And in the last 5 minutes, they've just turned into a completely different team altogether.
It's a question now of the survival of the fittest. Who has the most fuel in the tank after this rigorous Easter?
Well, we often say, don't we, it's not a matter of who's winning, after 60 minutes. It's going right to the full 80, and let's face it, that's what Leeds did against Bradford. They came up with a victory. Can they do it again? That's a great kick. That is a wonderful, wonderful kick.
This is Withers. He goes to ground, and look where Leeds are after that kick. They found their voices at Headingley now, all right. Here's Violacki. Thomas Luluai.
Surrender!
That's Paul Prescott who's back out there. Here is Fletcher. Well, they're in full voice now, the Southstanders. O'Loughlin. Little half break stopped by Danny Maguire's tackle.
Got to be very careful. And also, you know, Richard Silverwood's, the official's got to be a little bit understanding. You know, 2 games over Easter, these guys really out on their feet. They will be very slow. That could have been a flop, and that's where he's just allowing that little bit of latitude. And that is good refereeing.
2. Right, guys. Hold.
2 people get to his feet. Play it to Brent Webb. And Webb will carry it forward as far as Gareth Hock and Prescott and Violacki. Rob Burrow in the start of the show again tonight. Burrow ducking under the challenges. Diskin. Peacock. Whoa, what a pass! What a take from Ellis!
What a tackle from Hock. He could have penalised him, he's obtained the advantage.
Last one here, and Maguire floats the kick out wide. Who wants it? Mark Calderwood got it.
Again, good thinking there by Keith Senior. But what about the offload there? What a take. Round the head, ricocheted off the ear, still stuck to him.
Calderwood with one of those lateral runs of his. He was looking for the gap that wouldn't open up. They're 8 metres away from their own line, Wigan, and this is tackle number 4. Great set from Leeds, this. Last tackle for Wigan. Thomas Luluai needs a good kick, but Brent Webb was positioned perfectly, and back they come. Another wave from Leeds.
Over the halfway line, and that is a great advantage to the Rhinos.
Ashley Gibson goes down, tackle number 2, Diskin waits. Here is Peacock. Trying to get the arms free. Trying to get the arms free, and does to Diskin. Burrow, quick, nimble. Burrow, hauled down by Hock again.
Tremendous stuff from both sides.
Oh, and Hock is now.
He's got to go, he's got to go. He's warned them time and time again, but that fella knew he had to hold him down. He knew that his side didn't have a defensive pattern in line, and they've taken the gamble, but surely they'll take the 2 on offer. It is virtually in front. They'll go for the 2, that's a confirmation. Gareth Hock gets to the sin bin. Second Wigan player to go for holding down. But he knows, perhaps, he's saved 6, Phil Clark.
Do you know what? If Wigan win here today, this will go down in their history books. In the pages of amazing achievements, this will get a mention, Eddie, because with 2 men in the sin bin against the rampant Rhinos, who could go top of the league, they've shown tremendous character. But it's hard to stop the bleeding when Leeds are playing with such speed in the middle right now.
And Burrow is so dangerous, isn't he?
He's the man, he's been the difference, because this second half and the last 15 minutes, it was a poor attempt from Sean O'Loughlin to try to stop him. He just sidestepped him right the way through, got them in the position, and it was sheer panic. You can't blame Gareth Hock, really. At least it's given Wigan a chance.
18-16 to the Rhinos. And Pat Richards gets us back underway again. Well, Leeds now have the sniff of victory.
Oh, that's That's a massive decision. That's a massive guess, I should probably say, Steve-O. Referee slightly unsighted. Luluai drops the ball, in my opinion, anyway. And the referee says there was a hand in the ruck.
Well, it's hard to say there. It could have been a 50-50. He's a very relieved man. That's all I know. Was there a lazy hand?
It didn't look like on the close-up. No,
he's just dropped it cold.
And Mr. Silverwood was asked for the decision by Kyle Luluai, and he obliged. Here's Bailey. Tackled by Paul Prescott and Shane Millard. Diskin. Burrow, the danger man. Maguire. Peacock. Another epic performance from Jamie Peacock tonight.
Especially in the second half. But it's amazing how you scored a try, the momentum goes your way.
Ellis offloads to Sinfield, the offloads are killing Wigan. There's another one, but that wasn't the best. It found its way though to Clinton Tupi. Eventually they get him down.
Just got to drive forward to the line, then get the kick into the in-goal area, try to get the second six.
Gareth Ellis. The Leeds pack have suddenly taken charge here. And Burrow is wallowing in it, as is Maguire. Dab to the in-goal. Whoa, what a pick-up by Bailey that was.
Tremendous stuff. Not so sure it was a good kick in the end from Maguire. You know, in situations like that, you try to dink it onto the ground. It can bounce anywhere, can a rugby league ball. It's going to be difficult now for Wigan to get out of it. Their line, and that probably just about does it.
Prescott surrendered the possession. Ellis gives it to Tupi. Tupi
he's dropped it.
Has lost it.
Cannot believe it. Tupi has lost. It was a gift. He reached out. Thomas Luluai has come to the rescue. Ricochets the arm and the ball at the same moment. And the celebrations were stopped. Dead.
The referee's given it upstairs to Ian Smith to make the decision.
Well, is it a knockout? That's what he's trying to say, but it's still one-on-one, isn't it?
I think he gave it, I think he gave it upstairs. Yes, he did.
No
Ian
try.
Smith had a look. 20-metre restart. And Clinton Tupi had the game in his hands then. But what a tackle from Thomas Luluai.
Do you know what? I think Wigan are going to go on to win this game, Robbie. I just sense it. They've been surviving, and I know there's no signs of them scoring a try, but they've held the line so often. They're still just 2 points behind. I think in the final 10 minutes, luck's going to be on Wigan's side, and they will win here.
There's a bold statement, Mr. Paul, don't you think?
Well, it is a bold statement, especially with the fact that they're still down to 12 men as well. But they want it, and they worked hard enough for the game. We'll see.
That's a 40-20 attempt by Trent Barrett. That's a 40-20 from Trent Barrett.
What a kick.
You might be right here, Phil.
Unbelievable kick.
A fantastic effort from Trent Barrett, that was.
And
But it's a 30-10.
Look how far he's out.
And if Wigan do win this game, Clinton Tupi's going to be having nightmares.
Well, he is, but you have to also
To be fair,
credit Thomas Luluai
yeah.
for the tackle. It was
He
sensational.
saved one in the first half when he had the ball under Ellis in the in-goal. Saved a second.
The two number 7s have had a big night so far. Trent Barrett. Trent Barrett halted 10 metres short of the line. Mickey Hyan scoots in to dummy half. Gives it to Luluai. He saved Wigan. Can he now win it for them?
We haven't seen much running from Mickey Hyam either. Will he go on his own? No, back on the inside.
It's Stuart Fielden. Haven't we seen 4 cracking matches this Easter weekend on Sky Sports?
Tremendous.
From the Engage Super League.
I'm tired out.
Bailey. Barrett, I beg your pardon. Great defence.
I'm out of my feet, Eddie. Imagine what the players are going to be.
Well, you can have a day off tomorrow. This is Hyam.
Very kind of you. Oh, he's got it away!
Luluai. That's the last one. And Hyam looks both ways. Comes this way, finds Barrett. Dink to the in-goal. Maguire picks it up. And Barrett stood his ground.
Could have been penalised. There was a swinging arm there from Barrett. Sheer frustration.
The senior.
Lifted over the horizontal yet again. This has still got plenty of spice in it.
Scott Donald. Latest tackle. Tackle number 3.
And when you come into the closing minutes, we know that all the players are very tired, and that's sometimes when you get a little bit lazy, you can go high. It's a charge down!
And this is Fletcher after it. Webb gets there first. And Webb will counter. Remember what he did to Great Britain in Christchurch.
What a tackle from Fielden.
Here is Ashley Gibson.
Boy, that was a try saver, wasn't it? The New Zealander Webb took it on the half volley as it was bouncing all over.
Ball
It's
comes
play
free
on.
from Lulawai. It is play on. Michael Withers for Wigan. Carrying it one-handed. A little bit dangerous. That's the 0 tackle. Here is Calderwood. Calderwood on halfway. Plays it to Higher. Here is Prescott. Well, that's 1 each. Yep. Legs above the horizontal.
Certainly.
Lulawai, they go wide with Fletcher.
Sheer desperation. It's going to take something very special. Little solo, chip over the top, regather.
Barrett, wide, bullet pass to Bailey. Bailey inside Maguire, nearly went without the shorts. Calderwood finds Trent Barrett. Crossfield kick from Barrett. And Wigan will get the ball back from a goal line dropout. 16,500 here tonight, which means that over the Easter holiday there has been a new record aggregate attendance for any of all the Super League rounds since the competition began in 1996. The turnstiles have been clicking around the country, around Europe actually, because they had a great crowd in Perpignan yesterday. And well, why not? Because the players have stood up again to the rigours of this Easter programme. Fantastic entertainment. Sinfield in trouble. Clock stopped. Players grateful for that. Just having a breather.
Come on, Kev.
Perhaps just a little knock on the ankle. Probably be able to run it out. But you're right, Eddie. What the players have served up over Easter has been nothing short of superb.
Come on, Kev.
Just over a
Time's
minute
off.
for Gareth Hock in the sin bin. Although the match clock, of course, has stopped at the moment.
You know, he's that type of player. He could come back on here, do something special and win it. He's got that in his character.
Well, Sinfield recovers enough from the bad ankle to kick the drop out. Here comes O'Carroll.
Okay, right, guys. Hold.
Mickey Hyam. And Thomas Lulawai. Gets the return. Gareth Ellis gets him. Mickey Hyam. Mickey Hyam. Back it goes to Michael Withers. Michael Withers. Heading towards the whitewash.
No, he's not down.
He has not been tackled, Michael Withers.
Well, you're putting your money on Phil, on Hock. I'm going to go for Barrett.
Here he is, Barrett. Now, it's O'Loughlin. Sean O'Loughlin,
Surrender.
if I remember rightly, in Perpignan, he scored a late try that won the match for Wigan that day. This is Mickey Hyam. Dancing away, finds Thomas Lulawai. Oh!
Cannot believe it. And neither can Trent Barrett. And one of the experienced players in Super League, Stuart Fielden.
I think that set was the chance, wasn't it?
Yeah.
4 minutes to go.
You'll be wondering why on earth he took a little bit of a rest on that blind side. And he wasn't running, he was taking the ball, standing still, just had a little glance to see if anyone was coming. And this will be nothing spectacular from Leeds, you would think.
Well, you never know. With Senior and Donald, they can easily score length of the field tries. Maguire and Burrow as well. And with this fellow ploughing a furrow like this in the forwards, Jamie Peacock, in the second half, you're right.
Outstanding.
Magnificent. Here's Senior. Still going Senior, so strong.
It's good effort as well. When you look to a big centre like that, doing the work of the forward. And what a game this fella's had in the second half.
Come on, Brian.
Leeds heading for the top of the table in 3 minutes' time, and Gareth Hock waiting to be reintroduced. And Sinfield, I thought he might have gone for a 40-20 there. That went straight down the middle. That's going to flick it. No, I was going to say it's going to go over the dead ball line, but Michael Withers will run it back.
Well, that's as good as a 40-20.
It is.
It sure is. They know that Wigan have got to do a full lengther to get and snatch this match tonight. It's important now that Leeds do not give away a silly penalty, and they have just done that. And it's come from the captain.
And Gareth Hock returns for Wigan.
Well, I can't believe it.
I think it was Bailey, actually. Bailey and Sinfield involved in that, but it was Bailey with the leg lift. And here is O'Carroll again.
Do we have another twist and turn in this game?
Here goes Mickey Hine. Good ball in field to Sean O'Loughlin. But if Wigan are to win it, this is their chance. Mickey Hine. Trent Barrett again. Great tackling by Leeds. Desperate to hang on to this two-point advantage. Thomas Lulawai gets away from one, puts the kick in.
Oh, he's gone very early.
He did. He tried to fool Brent Webb, but Brent Webb would not be fooled then. And Brian Noble looks, and he says, why did he do that?
So early in the tackle, applied the pressure, okay. They could have gone for another set of 6. Just keep turning it. What is that, a brainstorm?
Here's Senior.
Oh, and he's had one too. The two coaches should meet each other and start headbutting. Because that's the only thing that these guys will be thinking in the stand. What on earth? What am I coaching here? This is one. Oh, he's happy with that one. Can we get Mr. Smith? He's not. He's trying to act calm.
He lost last year, didn't he, in the very last minutes of Brian Noble here?
He did, when he was with Bradford, Brian. This is Violicki. He's away from Clinton Tupi. He's put the brakes on. He's coming back this way. Violicki, rumbustious run. 1¼ minutes remain. Wigan 2 points behind. Eamon O'Carroll.
They're going to give it to Gareth Hock here. Make a name for yourself.
This is Hyam. Hyam gives it to Barrett. Barrett gives it to Lulawai. That's O'Loughlin. And this is Pat Richards. Oh! Pat Richards scores!
He's got it.
Or is it Bailey?
It's Bailey that's got
Phil
it.
Bailey. What's he doing out on the wing? Phil Bailey has won the match for Wigan. And Phil Clark, he called it. He said Wigan would win it. And it looks like Wigan have. And lightning has struck twice at Headingley for Brian Noble. Brian Noble's Bradford Bulls won it in the last minute last year at Easter, and Phil Bailey somehow squeezed over in the corner, and Bailey has come up with a match-winning try.
Well, this has been presented by one Keith Senior. Good finish, got the numbers, the winger came out of position, and what a dive to the corner. Maguire couldn't stop it. We haven't seen much skill from Bailey this season, to be fair. But on this occasion, he's the hero. He went in and out, and he got it into the corner. He will remember that for a long time, and anybody connected with the Wigan club will too. And as Phil Clark, he said this could go down as one of the great comebacks, the great wins in the annals of a wonderful club, Wigan. They've won everything for years and years and years. But with that try, they're back. And this will surely leapfrog them over the Quins and Catalan into the top 6.
Indeed so, they will join the clutch of clubs on 10 points. Here is Pat Richards, who has missed with the kick. And there's the final siren. Phil Bailey's try has won it. Tony Smith, who saw Brian Noble pick his pocket via Brett Ferris in Super League last year, has seen Brian Noble in the shape of Phil Bailey pick his pocket this year. Look what it means to Wigan. Look what it means to Leeds. They miss out on top of the table. The only unbeaten home record in Super League has gone west. And the Wigan Warriors have won here at at Headingley. What a night for Brian Noble. He's talking to Bill.
I'll tell you what, Eddie, he's the calmest looking man in the ground at the moment, certainly in Wigan colours. I mean, what a finish, Brian.
Yeah, superb. I thought we clawed our way back into the game. I thought we had a tough goal. 2 people in the sin bin for 10 minutes. The middle period of the second half, we didn't have the ball. So it's a really, really valuable win for us and reinforces that we're getting better and better week by week, and they showed a lot of desire tonight. And at times I thought we played some really good football. Had we executed well in the first half, we probably would have been more than just the one score ahead. But full credit to Leeds, they came back and offloaded on us, and then we kept giving penalties away, which made it hard at the office. But we kept talking, and you know, after the St Helens game we were very disappointed, and we thought we could only reinforce. You have to be patient to win here. You might have to do it in the last minute, you know. So, and we just managed to do that there. So I'm really, really pleased for the players.
As you said, disappointment after the Saints game. Maybe there was a feeling that there was still a bit of a gap to be closed, but whatever it was, you found it tonight.
Oh no, I didn't think that at all. I just thought we did some silly things. St Helens are a very good team, you know, they're a world champion team, and you know, we just needed to reinforce that we weren't far away by coming here and doing some things. And I'm really pleased with the players because they talked about that themselves, and they've turned it around.
And I mean, you've experienced some highs and lows at this stadium. How does this one compare?
Yeah, brilliant. It's always nice to win in the last minute. You know, let's not forget that Bradford were turned over late in the game, weren't they? And I'm just really, really pleased with the players because they've applied themselves tonight, and we looked a really good team.
Thanks, Brian. Well, let's bring the match winner in, Phil Bailey. And how does that one compare in the list of tries scored?
Oh, that's probably the most important try I've ever scored in my life. And once again, these English crowds are unbelievable. It's the best environment to play footy, and it's fantastic.
You were up against it, 2 players in the sin bin. It looked as though you're running out of time, but the belief was still there.
Yeah, that's it. When you got quality halves like Trent Barrett and Thomas Lullaway, and then you got dummy halves like Mickey Heim, it's just, they make it so much easier. Like, we're a bit rattled, but they're like the Fonzie, 3 little Fonzies, very cool customers.
We'll enjoy the party.
Oh, we will, but got to saddle up again. These midweek games are killing me. See you later.
Well, he's delighted, and no wonder, Phil Bailey. And it means that St Helens are top of the table. Leeds Rhinos, they couldn't overtake them tonight, and Wigan are up to 4th. And what a race it's developing into. And here's the pundit of all pundits. You tipped it.
I've just watched enough games of rugby league to know that when a team will defend its line the way Wigan did today and work for one another and just push so hard, and then when decisions go against them for 50 and 60 minutes, they find a strength in the adversity to pull something out special, and for that reason I thought that Wigan would come good. I mean, they were helped by the mistake Leeds made at the end of the game inside their own half, which was one of too many that they'd made. They conceded just too much field position to Wigan by the errors they made, and eventually Wigan had the class and character to score.
Well, I'll tell you what, if Brian Noble does the lottery this weekend, 2 numbers he ought to pick out are 20 and 18, because tonight lightning's not only struck twice, it's struck 3 times. 2018, Bradford Bulls won here last Easter. 2018, Brian Noble won here last August with Wigan. 2018, Brian Noble's won here tonight with Wigan. 20 and 18, the magic numbers.
Don't worry about Brian Noble. I'll be doing exactly the same thing. I'll be jumping on, and whatever Phil Clark tells me, I'll be doing that as well. But look, you've got to be serious about this. Leeds realised that they threw this game away. Clinton Tupee should have scored, and he didn't. Good work from Lullaway that prevented this. Goes underneath. Look, Lullaway goes for the arm, ball carried arm. That was it. And then this. I cannot believe it. The mistake, and then the quick hands. Tremendous dive into the corner. That was sensational. But the build-up to that, you know, when I used to play, and it's very rare I relate back to when I was wearing the boots, you know, they used to say that the hookers were dumb. Well, you can add to that a centre, one centre, Keith Senior. With seconds remaining, why on earth did he try to offload? When they had the possession, they know they could have won it. Their coach, Tony Smith, will be having a little word with one Keith Senior.
What you said, Phil, this is probably one of the great nights if Wigan won it in the history of the club. Do you think this is the launch pad for a real assault on Old Trafford?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I think Wigan will finish 4th, 5th or 6th. I think that there are 3 sides above them who probably will be above them at the end of the season, but you know, it was a lucky guess tonight. I don't always get it right. Another interesting thing though is the side that have been top at this time of the year in 3 of the last 4 years have gone on to make the grand final. So it is a significant milestone in the season. We're a third of the way through the matches in the regular season, and it's better to be in the top half than the bottom.
Absolutely. Saints sit top, but there are 2 others on 12, and there's now a whole host on 10 points just behind them. Take a day off tomorrow. There's no rugby league tomorrow on Sky Sports. Sorry about that, but we're back on Thursday. A Boots and All special. Doncaster against the Castleford Tigers from the National League 1, 7 o'clock on Sky Sports. And Friday, Saints, the league leaders, against the Catalan Dragons on Sky Sports 3 HD2. Saturday, Harlequins against Wakefield, 5:45, Sky Sports 1 and HD1. What an Easter this has been. We have thoroughly enjoyed it. I trust that you have as well. And I think we 3 should lead a standing ovation to all the players who have taken part in all the games. Fantastic entertainment. Bye-bye.